Good morning, Galilee family and friends. This is Joan. I am at Galilee's VBS Monumental Stage, and wow, I just really wanted you to check it out because I think it's just fabulous. Obviously, a desert scene. We see lots of rock formations, cactus, desert animals. I see a campfire. Someone's camping in a tent there, and is that a bicycle? What's a bicycle doing here? I have no idea. So here I am, and in case you haven't noticed, VBS ended last Friday, so I'm working ahead because I just really wanted you to see this, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about VBS. So working ahead here, I didn't think you'd mind. At VBS, the kids go through 5 different stages, maybe 6. They have a craft, music, they see a Bible story acted out, snack, everyone's favorite, and they play games, and there's a fantastic opening and closing every day. I do kids video. So I'm going to talk about the kids that we've talked about this week and the lessons that the kids learned, because they're lessons for all of us. You're never too young or too old to learn more about God. So on Monday, we learned about Samuel. Samuel's eyes don't work so good. Mine aren't great, but his are much worse than mine. And Samuel knew that no matter what, that God's greatness is always there, and that God loves him no matter what. That was the message for Samuel. On Tuesday, we saw Wesley and Hannah, and they had to trust God because he moved them from Massachusetts to Missouri. And that was a long way. Had to leave their friends, but they'll make new ones and all that stuff. But they learned that God will go with them everywhere, no matter where they are, God is with them. Bronson plays basketball, and he's really good at it. I want to remember his name because we might see this kid later on in a couple years. But Bronson has asthma, so he has to, take care of that. But Bronson knows that God is in charge of everything and everyone, so he can trust God. And then Thursday, we saw Fabio. Fabio lives in Puerto Rico, and many of you probably remember that humongous hurricane a couple years ago. He and his family made it through that, and he talks about how scared he was that day. But he knows that God is stronger than anything, even that giant storm that covered Puerto Rico. And then Riley makes and sells hair scrunchies. And with the money, she buys little things for kids in a children's hospital and goes there and visits them and cheers them up a little bit. These are all great messages. Oh, and her was the God is surprising. And God is surprising. He can use this kid. All these kids are like 9, 10, 11 years old, by the way. And God is surprising how he can use these kids to make a difference in other people's lives, the way they share God's love. So I just wanted to share all this with you and just remind you that if you're walking through a desert or feeling out of place, like that bicycle over there, that God is everywhere. He is with you. He sees you. I just don't want any of us to ever lose sight of who he is. No matter what we're walking through, God is there. So even though VBS is over, let's just please continue to pray for the children, that they would not forget these lessons, that they just don't, they're lessons for more than just that day, that they're lessons for a lifetime, and they are for us too. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me. Love ya. Bye. Oh, but wait, there's more. There's more. I hope you are looking at the email blasts. We got one earlier this week. Among other things, you see a whole bunch of pictures and some videos of VBS, what the kids are doing in that, and that's really fun. But also there's a little video called For Pete's Sake that I really want you to look at. It's kind of down in there. It's just past It's almost at the end, and it's called For Pete's Sake. See that video right there? Please check it out. I think you'll like it. All right, now that's it, and I mean it. Go home.